Probably not.
There's some of it growing
It's
right in
plausible
there.
I could find the eggs, but I mean, I've seen them in my yard this spring.
So what is it?
It's mistletoe.
Yeah, but what, like,
What's the butterfly?
It's its own, oh, butterfly likes it?
Yeah, there's a butterfly called the great purple hairstreak, the most beautiful butterfly in Southern California. It's got iridescent green, blue, purple. Absolutely beautiful butterfly.
Wow, and you got to.
And you rarely see it because it spends most of its time on the tops of trees and what have you.
And the mistletoe.
Before I ever even knew it was in my yard, I reared like a dozen butterflies off of the plant. I just collected eggs and larvae.
Huh.
Wow.
It's the great what butterfly?
Great purple hairstreak, Adlides halosis. Great purple, Adlides halosis.
So do the larvae eat the mistletoe or what?
That's all they eat, is the mistletoe.
And is that how it gets
No.
spread?
The adult butterfly eats nectar, like a lot of other butterflies.
Is that how it gets spread from plant to plant from the butterfly? or-
No, generally, as someone mentioned earlier, it's phenopeplas, which is one of the flycatchers. What kind of flycatcher do you call it?
It's a
Silky flycatcher.
Yeah.
They eat the berries and they transfer it all around. And when they land on a bush and poop, out comes the seeds with all this fresh fertilizer with it.
Pelletized.
Yeah, the only way to prevent it from getting into your yard is keeping phenopeplas out.
What's this, Gordon? That isn't any egg or anything, is it?
Where's that?
Right here,
They're worth
No,
a
no,
little
the
less
egg's much smaller than that. It's about a tenth that size.
No.
They also like the elderberries.
But so the mistletoe will kill its host
That's the
plant,
only place I
Yep.
Yeah.
and then it dies.
Eventually, but
Yeah.
you know, they will live within it for many, many years. I mean, they want to have it prolonged as long as possible before they kill the plant.
Yeah, we've got one little one that's been there for years.
Uh-huh.
Never
Really?
had any effect on the oak.
Does it?
Well, if it's on the wrong plant, it will, you know, just sort of barely survive. Now, there's one out here that's adapted to oaks
Yeah.
that you can sometimes find on Ceanothus and Cercocarpus.
I have one on a can't
Juniper?
remember the name of the tree. No, it's the cottonwood.
Oh yeah, that's a different species. There's one that's adapted to cottonwoods and
Does it
sycamores.
help the tree to cut it out?
Once it's in, it's in.
So it doesn't help
Really?
to trim it and
Not
reduce
really.
it.
It does me.
Control it.
I've been yeah.
You can
Control it,
probably
you know.
control it, but you're not going to keep it out because once gets into
Well,
the foam.
we have cut a big, huge chunk.
Well, I
of mistletoe
suppose
out
if
of
you
oaks.
could cut it, you know, really well back where
Yeah.
the roots haven't been able to reach.
Well, yeah, you got to
Well,
go
it slowly
back. You
comes
got to go
back.
back at least one node from where you see it. At least.
I had it come in and kill a scrub oak really quickly,
Really?
within like a year from the
Really?
time I saw it on there. Maybe I missed it, but it's right next to my house, and it killed that scrub oak, and I cut it out as best I could. You know, I had to cut out a huge amount of it, and the tree just it couldn't make it. You know, the other tree that got it, the other scrub oak, I was able to control it by keeping it whacked out of there. You know, but that's.
Just maintenance. You gotta keep coming back and cutting it
Yeah,
out.
this is probably Baribidifolia, but it could be Wislesinii. There's a lot of hybridization that goes on in oaks, which makes them very difficult to determine. But the characteristic that identifies Baribidifolia from all the other oaks is what are called branch tears. So you look underneath the microscope at the hairs, and if you see they're just single, all of them are single, then it's another species of oak. But if you see them with branches coming off of the hair, then it's Baribidifolia. At least that's the way the guy that identified oaks, or did the most recent taxonomy in oaks, made the definition for that species.
Now, sometimes they call it Dumosa. It's become almost interchangeable.
Dumosa is the group. It was the original species, and then they split Dumosa into a pile of different species. And there's even a John Tuckerei. There's Turbinella. All of these were originally considered Dumosa. Dumosa is now only a coastal thing, coastal scrub oak.
I never appreciated. I was just trying to get the heck off of my tree.
Yeah, right.
I never appreciated that.
There are a lot of wasps that are specifically adapted to oaks. And the other funny thing is the other group of these wasps also feed on roses. But they form these galls. They produce semiochemicals that are like hormones, plant hormones, particularly cytokinins, which create these funny structures. And the actual wasp will live inside of it. You'll see this one has a hole in it, and the wasp is already
Is
emerged.
that what the sawfly is? Is that a wasp? Or?
Yeah, sawfly is a wasp. This is snippets. These are gall flies.
Yeah.
I mean, gall wasps, I should say.
What color is that gall? Oh, okay.
It will be kind of reddish when it's maturing. This is an old one.
Oh, okay.
You have to come back, like in July, and you'll find them probably all over the tree.
There's some species that makes these big galls like
Right,
that.
that's another species. Now this one probably is got relatively few, but those big ones, there's like 100 wasps that will come out of that single gall.
And how does this affect the roses? You made mention
It does. It makes the same sort of galls on roses.
Does it hurt the plant?
How does it hurt the rose?
Is it a symbiotic?
Again, it's a symbiotic relationship, but it's a parasite still. It's a parasitic situation, so it is causing damage to the actual plant.
What are you
Generally-
photoing each other, photoing each other?
Yes.
Sorry, Gordon. Thank you.
So you guys got to have fun.
Now you got to get the split screen so we can watch them both on
Oh yes.
both at the same time.
Yes.
Both angles.
Both angles at once. That would be good. I'm so lazy. It's all Dumosa.
It's all. Yeah.
It's all Dumosa.
Are we following you, or are you going to go take a leak?
I want to follow you.
We thought maybe it was a urea deprived.
I didn't realize it until I actually saw and recognized the plant. I realized I wanted to show you this.
Oh, we got tons of it.
That's right. It's called mountain mahogany, Cercocarpus betuloides.
Where's my notepad?
You know what family this is in?
No, I don't know that.
Well, you ought to.
Cotoneaster, maybe?
What's that? No, rose.
Oh!
Yeah, the rose family.
Is that the answer for everything you're going to ask?
No,
Just answer rose.
That's a catch-all category.
Uh-huh.
Rose family. It's the
Well,
rose
actually,
family.
there
It's
are
a
fair
mint.
number of roses around, or members of the rose
So
family
it's not
around.
related to mahogany?
This is mountain mahogany,
Yeah.
which is a rose,
Oh.
member of the rose family. I
But
should
is it
say.
related to other
Here,
like
see if you can tell
mahogany?
if
Like,
there's any branch.
No, it's not related to the mahogany down. The reason they call it mahogany is because of the hardness of the wood. Have you tried cutting it?
Whitish brown.
Uh-huh.
It's very hard.
Oh, you know what? I think I tried to trim a beautiful one I had on my property,
Uh-huh.
and it died this spring. I don't know why. Is it because I tried to trim it?
It's not a really long-lived, generally
Like
speaking.
plain in the herbarium.
Now, when it goes to seed, it's absolutely beautiful. It's got these beautiful, just
Long,
twirly.
feathery,
Uh-huh.
Is that
this
something
one
that you
has
can
not
get?
received very much
We have it in
water
the
this
native
spring,
garden.
so it's not doing very
We
well.
do?
a lot of these up here.
They may not have survived, but
Right.
we planted
Yeah,
those.
this one should. If this was a normal year, this would be flowering. There is a hair streak called the California gray hair streak. This is all it feeds on. This Cercocarpus.
Is it a bird?
Yeah, what is it?
A hair streak is a
Get him to do
butterfly.
the tour.
Whenever I talk about something that feeds specifically on
You're
one
talking about
particular
butterflies?
plant, it's either a moth or a butterfly
Okay.
or some generic insect.
Okay. I was sniffing our blooms, and man, that's an interesting concoction.
Uh-huh.
Blue cheese,
Oh, really? Huh.
dirty feet, and a nice perfume on top of it. Some more than others. Some of the blossoms
The,
are stinkier.
When these flowers are, what they're trying to do is they're trying to bring in specific
they were like-
species of
You
insect.
didn't say what color.
Well, your dirty feet are probably bringing in flies.
Bob
Oh, okay.
on our property that are like whitish flowers.
Some of the flowers that really, really smell awful I know there's one that you get the stinkwort or something that you can buy in nurseries. It's got this huge flower, looks like a dead mammal's
Oh, and it
fur.
smells like dead flesh.
Exactly. Well, guess who he's bringing in?
Flies.
Exactly.
Wow.
Some of the orchids have become really, really rare because they depend on one species of wasp. And what they do is they produce the pheromone of the female wasp.
Oh, wow.
And the male wasp comes in and tries to mate.
With
And in the
flower?
process of trying to mate, it pollinates the flower.
Right.
And because some of these wasps have actually disappeared, there's now guys out there that are with a little paintbrush trying to make sure these flowers are getting pollinated.
Wow.
So
Well, Gordon, will we look at that red one later? Or is that...
oh, okay. Since we're here and we see it, this is Penstemon sensanthifolia.
Oh yeah.
This is one of the most common penstemons here.
Can you repeat that name again, please?
Penstemon
Penstemon.
sentranthifolia.
Thank you.
There's another Mormon meadowlark. That's a female there. See, she's with the buckwheat.
I love these.
Yeah, these are very easy to grow, as some of us have found out.
Yeah. They can be transplanted. I've successfully transplanted them when they're small. Dig them up in the evening.
Yeah, or in the fall, early spring.
Well, these I did take
they're
seed
little.
and throw them out.
They
And
get much bigger than that.
yeah, I did
I've seen
that.
some people, they have them all across the front of their property. They're like,
Gorgeous. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I want to do.
there's somebody on Table Mountain that's got
There
it.
should be in the bottom of some of these seed pods.
Does this rely on hummingbirds?
I know they feed on them.
There are actually moths that feed specifically on these at night too.
Don't tell the hummingbird.
You get
Here are
some
the seeds.
seeds.
Yeah.
You shake them out.
They can plant them by seed, okay? They'll do a.
Oh yeah, they do real well by transplanting. I mean by